Hey guys! The game I am playing today is Terraria. Some of you might be familiar with this game but some won't be. But don't worry, as I will be introducing you to the basics of Terraria to help you get started. Now first let me create a character and name him Daniel. As you can see, there are 4 difficulty options for your character. For new players I would recommend Journey and Classic. I will be randomizing the character appearance to preserve time. After that, look for the small triangle icon at the bottom left corner of your new character's card. It will bring you to select a world, but since we don't have any yet, we will create one. We will call it Daniel's World and make it a small classic world. While the game is loading, I am going to introduce you to this game, Terraria. In Terraria, players explore a procedurally generated world, collecting resources and fighting enemies while building structures and crafting items. The gameplay of Terraria is a mix of exploration, combat, and crafting. The game world is made up of various biomes, each with its own unique enemies and resources. Players can explore these biomes to find materials for crafting weapons, armor, and tools. They can also mine for precious ores, which can be used to create even more powerful items. One of the key mechanics in Terraria is building. Players can use a wide range of materials to construct structures and buildings, which can be used as homes or bases. They can also create complex machinery and traps to aid in combat or resource gathering. Terraria has advantages over other games in the same genre. Firstly, Terraria has a huge amount of content. The game has over 3,000 items, 25 bosses, and dozens of biomes to explore. This means that players can spend hundreds of hours exploring and discovering everything the game has to offer. Secondly, the game is incredibly versatile and allows players to create their own unique experiences. The game's procedurally generated world means that no 2 playthroughs are ever the same. Overall, Terraria's mix of exploration, combat, and crafting, coupled with its extensive content and active community, make it a standout game in the sandbox adventure genre. If you are a new player, talk to the guide as he gives out basic tips on how to start your game. At the top left corner of your screen, you will see 3 starter items that the game will give you. A short sword, which you will use to fight hostile mobs, a pickaxe, which you would use to mine ores, dirt, and other blocks, and an axe, which you would use to chop trees. Speaking of trees, wood is one of the most important resource you can have, as it will be useful in crafting starter gear like wooden armor and wooden sword, and use it as blocks to create your starter home. I would be fast forwarding a lot in this video to make it short and not bore you. As you can see, there are slimes. These slimes are one of the enemies in this game and will hurt your player, so make sure to finish them off and not let slimes or any hostile mob gang up on you. Trees drop wood and acorns. Acorns are like seeds that when you plant it, it would grow into a new tree, so make sure to always plant your acorns. By the way, all tools you craft and get at the start does not have durability and does not break. Now let's craft a workbench. Let's craft some wooden armor and drag it to the right side. The right side consists of armor slot and accessory slots. As you can see, we gained 3 defense from our wooden armor. Now let's craft a door and chair for a starter home. And now some wooden walls. Let's use the wood we got earlier to create a house. And now place down the walls we got earlier. While we're in the safety of our home, let's craft torches so we can see better in caves and at night. Let's place some down to light our house up a bit. Now the starter home is done, let's explore the left side of the map to find some chests. Chests are usually found in caves. Chests consist of very useful items like weapons and potions. Now we found a chest, but there is also a vein of ore. Ores are used to create ingots, and ingots are used to create armor and weapons. Let's use the rope we got earlier to climb up and mine the ore. Now to the chest. We found a lot of useful items like potions and ingots. Now let's go down this cave to find more chests. And we found a radar, which is an accessory, and let's put it in our accessory slot. Now it shows out information about how many mobs are in the area. And look, another chest and also another radar. Let's not pick this up since we already have one. Remember to mine all ores you see. We will also be mining stone for our furnace. Furnace transforms ores into ingots. I will cut the video now since there is not much going on here anyway. Let's drink a recall potion we got from the chest to teleport us back to our spawn point. Now let's venture out to the right side of the map. As you can see, it's nighttime. During nighttime, more mobs spawn and it will make your life hard during the early game. Let's go back to our house and wait for the sun to rise. As you can see, mobs can't hurt us because they can't go inside our house. While I was waiting for the sun to rise, I crafted a furnace to smelt ores we got. And craft a wooden sword since it's stronger than our copper short sword. Let's test it out. Now unfortunately we did not find any boss spawners, so let me hop in my old world to battle a boss. By the way, in Terraria, you can have multiple characters and worlds. I just loaded into my old world to show you what a sample boss fight looks like. The gear I'm using are the best gear currently in game. When fighting bosses, try to see their attack pattern and try to counter it, since bosses, the higher the difficulty you go, can easily finish you off even with max gear. Also, don't stop moving so the boss will have a harder time hitting you. The boss we just beat was only one of the many bosses in this game. Now that is all for the introduction of the game Terraria. Thank you for watching. And by the way, please try not to lose your life often, because when you lose your life, all the coins you gathered will be dropped at your death location. Every time you lose your life, you will always respawn at the middle of the map, which is the spawn point.